Scott McTominay has joined Napoli. It's official, guys. In approximately €30 million deal with a reported 10% future sell-on clause. Get in there, my son. I mean, look, obviously, we've got good money for Scott McTominay. Obviously, we can say, oh, yes, finally this guy who's been part of this era at Manchester United, which has been ultimately gash, is finally gone, and he's one of those players that sort of represents the bad times of Manchester United. So much we can say, well, that's true. Also, part of me is kind of like, Scotty McTominay, what a fucking guy. Do you know what I mean? Let's just get a big thank you in there for Scott McTominay down in the comment section, everybody, because, you know, he's never given anything less than his absolute all for this football club. Fair play to him. He was a good squad player. He's a good guy. You know, he's a very nice human being. Respect to him. Great battler for Man United. Had some big moments. That nice one outside of the box there against City in that 2-0 jobby, for instance, etc. There's some great moments for Scott McTominay at Manchester United, and he's going to go down as a mid player for us. But fair play to him, and he's joined Napoli, a great club, and I wish him all the best. I really do, and I'm sad in one way. I really like Scott McTominay in one way. He's obviously a proud battler for us. He's worked very hard over the years, and he's a nice guy, and he's a heck of a nice guy. But then, another part of me just wants to go, yes, come on, get in there, my son. Finally, we've got rid of this absolute colostomy bag from the team. And that part of me is pretty strong, to be honest. So I'm kind of like torn in two ways on this deal. We've got good money for him. The time was probably right to let him go. Although, to be fair, we've seen the best of Scott McTominay over the last year. Before that, he was utter shite. The few seasons before last, he was utter shite. Last season, we saw the best of Scotty. So at least he's leaving us on good terms and everything. Good goal scorer as well. Got to say, maybe we'll miss that off of the bench a little bit. He's just got a knack for getting in the right areas, for peeling off into little bits of space, pockets of space, and getting his Bonnie Scott's feet or his head on the ball there and put it in the back of the net. He's actually very astute in that, to be fair to him. What he's not the best at, in my opinion, is being like a technical midfielder. Is being like somebody who can really pass it up there, mix it up there with the best of them in terms of a CM. And certainly as a CDM, I don't even think he's all that there. If you look at his stats in terms of like successful challenges, percentages and things like that, compared with other top CDMs in the Premier League, for instance, he's kind of nowhere near. He reads the game, well going forward, but I'm not sure if he reads the game as well when it's in a defensive mindset, to be perfectly honest. So I think he's a much better player in an advanced position going forward, scoring goals, and hopefully he's going to continue to do that, at Napoli, where he's going to go forward, score, and be that sort of player for them. Who knows? I don't think he's going to be a holder. He's not great at being a holder. We'll miss some aspects of Scott McTominay's game, obviously, like the ruggedness, the determination, the battler. He's a good player to have in like some of those crunch rival games against the likes of the Leeds scum or something. But is he really a starter in the top tier games? When you're going into big European nights or coming up against the shitty scum or Liverpool or whatever? He is a great battler, but technically, is he up there with the best? I think the answer to that is no. We do need to improve. We do need to get better players in. And obviously, Manuel Ugarte's coming in. Hopefully, he's going to help us do that. Maybe be more technically sound in that midfield. And Scotty, as much as he is decent going forward and we might miss a goal or two here or there, well, we've just signed Xerxes. We've got Højlund, who's obviously going to continue to develop as a young player, and we've got a lot of good wide options and sort of attacking talents who can get you goals. So I'm not sure if we'll really miss Scott McTominay's goals that much, but certainly last season his goals were very important for us, and as I say, for club and country, he was very effective with his goal scoring prowess in front of goal last season in general. So fair play to Scott. He's really come on as a player over the last year. This guy's in his prime now. Napoli are getting themselves a great player in their prime. He's in his prime. We've got Manuel Ugarte, who will be coming into his prime, and he looks a real prospect and has a higher ceiling, higher potential than the likes of Scotty McTominay, and is more of a proper CDM sound defensive battler, etc. Scotty is a very good player, but he is in his prime, but his prime is not as high as hopefully the prime potential of somebody like a Ugarte player for us in a few years' time. We'll see. So Scotty's kind of limited. We've got to get away from this sentimentality, really. It is obviously sad when a player who has, come through the system and come through, I think it's 22 years or something ridiculous, Scott McTominay's been associated with this football club. He's played for us for a long time, from a boy to a man, and he's developed as a player throughout that, and he's always given it his all, and he's represented the club well, he's worn the shirt very, very well. But the sentimentality there, we can't be too sentimental is all I'm saying. You can't be too loyal. You can't just say, hey, because you've come through, because you're the guy who's been here for so long, you're never going anywhere. We do have to try and constantly improve and sign the right players and move the wrong players on. Not necessarily he's a wrong player, but he's just not really a top player, is he? I think he's going to do good things, over in Serie A. I think Serie A is kind of perfect for him, really. It's probably the third, fourth best league in Europe at this moment in time. It's not quite what it used to be, you know, in the 90s when it was the best. But Scotty can probably do what a lot of other ex-United players or ex-England or English-based players that have gone over there, obviously, and done well. People like Ashley Young, people like Chris Smalling, these guys, you know, lots of players who seemingly are maybe struggling a little bit, or, you know, Smalling couldn't cut it at United or whatever. Turns out he's better than the Slab and Lindo, but whatever, he couldn't cut it at United or whatever. So, but he goes over there and he does bits for Roma, and, you know, he's obviously, you know, having a good experience over there in Italy. It's good for his career. I think the same will happen with Scott McTominay. It won't really hurt him in terms of the national side, because obviously the Scottish national side, well, it's nothing to do with the actual Premier League. There's a lot of Scottish players play in the Premier League, but, you know, it's not any really different there. So I don't think it's going to hurt him from an international point of view. It's a great move for Scott McTominay. Napoli is a big club with a super rich history. And I personally think he's got himself a great home there. Hopefully we see him do really good things over there. All the best to Scott McTominay. Nothing but respect for Scotty McTominay's effort levels. If you're judging his career overall at Manchester United, it's been, you know, pretty muck average. It's muck average. The streets will never forget McFred either. You know what I mean? Oh my God. The streets will never forget McFred. But let's rate Scott McTominay's career at Manchester United down in the comments section there. Get your opinions in out of 10. 10 being, you know, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Cantona vibes, and 1 being, I don't know, you know, Alexis Sanchez or something. Get your contribution, or get your thoughts in there for his contribution to United. I'm going to give him a solid 5 out of 10, maybe a 5.5. On the grand scheme of things, you know, he's nowhere near a Darren Fletcher, who's nowhere near a Roy Keane. You know, it's that kind of thing. He's been a good player for us. He's given it his all, and respect to him and good luck to him. And we love you, Scotty, and all the best to you, my friend. And, you know, there's been a lot of banter over the years, me calling him colostomy bag, for instance, and all sorts. But ultimately, as I say, I've got nothing but respect for how he's gone about his game at Manchester United and how he's represented the club for all those years. And I wish him nothing but the best, to be fair. And, you know, part of me is genuinely sad that he is going. Genuinely sad, really, because he is a good lad. As I say, he's represented us well. So good luck to him, all the best. But I think it's time that Manchester United do need to start building to try and be that elite team again. It's not going to happen overnight, but we need to take these steps to do it. And players like Harry Maguire, players like Scott McTominay, these kind of players, they're good, but they're not great. And we need to start trying to get some greatness back at this football club, which has eluded us, well, ever since the shithouse Glazers came in. But certainly, you know, obviously post-Ferguson, Glazers ownership has been an absolute calamity, which has really shackled this football club. We've got to start making strides. Ineos at the wheel. Hopefully that's what's going to be the case, as them obviously taking this club forward now with how we're doing things. And Scott McTominay's not going to be part of that, and it's a sad day. But anyway, just wanted to get a quick video in here to just say that, yes, it's official. Obviously, we knew this was coming. We knew this was obviously written on the wall for a good few days now. It's been announced. Fabrizio Romano, everybody else has talked about the here we go situation and everything. But this is official now from the clubs. You know, Napoli, Manchester United have reached an agreement for Scott McTominay in the region of 30 million euros, and he is going to be a Napoli player, and he's no longer a United player. All the best to you, Scott McTominay. Get your thoughts down below, as I say, about how you rate Scott McTominay's career. Do get involved in the comment section, and thank you for watching this video. Make sure you smash that like button on it. Give us a big thumbs up on the channel. Plenty more content coming on here, so get yourself subscribed also if you're new to Flying Pig United on YouTube and all platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, all those places at Flying Pig United, and get your thoughts in below. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's it from me. Good luck to you, Scott McTominay. All the best. Thanks for your service. Now, see you later on, son. Stay classy, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Take it easy.